Welcome to GBL, the Old Church 5-Acre Homestead, friends, and welcome to our fourth Fired Up Friday, a dedication fire. You're going to want to watch this one. This one is quite interesting. Okay, let's go ahead now and start striking the flint on this side of the fire starter. And as I said, I've got my filings in here now, my magnesium filings. I got my cotton balls with petroleum gel. I got some shavings in here. I've got some sawdust from my miter saw there. So all ready now to put some sparks on this to see if it will ignite. Okay, look, on the second try, it started right away. So folks, we have a great show planned for you today. Today, in our fourth Fired Up Friday, we will be unboxing and reviewing these two fire starter kits that you're seeing right now. One is by Woods and the other one is by Coleman. Join us and come along with us and enjoy the show. All right, I'm going to check our dryer now to see if we have any lint in the dryer. Let me find where the lint goes in this dryer. That is not the dryer. Is oh, okay. Thank you, Katie, because I have no idea. Okay, here's the dryer. Katie had to tell me which one is the dryer. Isn't there something else? And it looks like it's all clean because Katie cleans this regularly. So we have no lint. That was funny. Okay, so I couldn't find any lint in the dryer. So I'm in our bathroom now, one of our bathrooms, and I'm looking for some cotton balls. So let's look underneath here. This is underneath our vanity in our bathroom. And maybe there's some cotton balls in this container. Let's have a look in here. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't see any cotton balls. Lots of bandages and stuff like that. All right, okay, so we got these cosmetic pads here. So I might have to go with a few of those to try to start our fire with. And petroleum gel. Now, I watched a few videos earlier and it said to use some petroleum gel. Okay, all right, so there's some petroleum gel. Okay, God, it was right out in the open, so that's good. So I'm going to use those two items to help me start our fire. Hey, good morning, folks, and welcome to Fired Up Friday. It is quite early here this morning in Gander, Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. This is Gary from GBL, the Old Church 5-Acre Homestead, getting ready to begin my Fired Up Friday with the Coleman and the Woods fire starter kits. That's right, that's what I'm using today. I'm not going to use my old stove, and I'm just going to try those two fire starter kits. First thing I got to do though is put out my garbage. There's my garbage. It needs to go out by the edge of the road there, so I'll do that, and then we'll get started in the garage. I think I'm all set up here now in my garage, and I'm just going to explain to you what I've got laid out here now. This is the tinfoil trays that I brought out from the house. There's two there. One for the Woods fire starter, this one that I have right here, and the other tray, I'll separate them there now. Okay, and the other tray, same kind of tray, is for the Coleman one. And here's the Coleman. Now, I am as green as they come with respect to these fire starters. Never ever used them. I've always relied on some of the old faithful fire starters. I have a book of matches there, several big lighters, my long fireplace matches there. So I use all that kind of stuff normally to light my fires, right? So I'm going to try this and see. I've seen some videos. I've seen some of the experts, some of the more experienced Fired Up Friday guys on YouTube making lots of videos with these kinds of things. So I thought I would give it a try. So like I said in the prequel video, I went out to a couple of box stores yesterday and I purchased these two. This is the brand Woods, and at the very top it's called Fire Starter Fire Steel. Okay, and the other one is Coleman. Coleman is the brand. They're a very popular camping brand with lots of camping gear and stuff. And this one is called Magnesium Fire Starter. So I'm going to open them with you, and I got a pair of scissors there to do that. So we'll get started. Now, before I do that also though, I watched some videos last night and it said to use a cotton ball and probably some petroleum gel. So I have that there. I have a little cover to a container here full of some sawdust that I actually took from my miter saw over there. Okay, it's been sitting there now for a while and it's very, very dry. So it's very, it's very good for tinder or for kindling, right? I also have a very dry piece of local lumber. It's a piece of Douglas fir, I believe, is the kind of wood that it is. So, and I got a couple of knives there. So I'm gonna make some shavings from this old piece of wood. I'm also gonna use my knives as strikers to see if I can peel off some of the magnesium from these fire starters. As I said, please have faith in me, have some patience with me also, because I'm gonna try this and see how it goes. Okay, folks, we're going to begin by opening these packages. So let's start with the Woods one first. As I said, this is the Woods. Woods is the brand. So we're going to be careful to open this package and take out the contents inside of it. So I'm going to just try to cut it open from the back with my scissors. Poke a little hole, and I'm just going to cut a straight line up to the back of it. Okay. And then open it up there. Okay. Okay, so it comes with a string. So here's the string. And the string is kept all together with an elastic band. Okay, so there's the string. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. Okay. And then you can take the string and use the string as a lanyard, okay? And it needs to be tied together, and then you can carry it around your neck. So that's the Woods. Again, this is the two parts. Okay. Now these come with a lacquer on them. So in order to get the steel to strike and to make sparks, you got to peel off this outside coating. So we'll do that before we get started. Probably I'll use one of these hunting knives that I have here to do that. Okay, now we're going to open up the Coleman's one. Here's the Coleman's Magnesium Fire Starter Kit, and we'll do the same thing. We'll go toward the back and poke a hole. Okay, and hopefully you'll be able to open it up. Okay, and then cut a straight line up to the back there and get it out from inside. Okay, just peel it open there now. Okay, I don't want to ruin the instructions in case I need to refer back to those. Okay, now here it comes with a little chain. Okay, it comes with a striker that looks very much like hacksaw blade. You got teeth on one side and then a straight edge on the other. I don't know if you can see that, folks. I'm just trying to bring it in there now. It's not very long, and in order to work this, I'm going to have to detach that chain there, right? And I'm going to, like I said, disconnect the striker from the chain because it's not giving me much room here, right, to do the job. And in fact, in a lot of the videos I watched, many of the ones who were using these were actually using the flat edge of a hunting knife to do their scraping and do their striking, all right? So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here's the Woods fire starter. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to be taking the outside coating, okay, off this piece of steel here. Just clean off the lacquer of it. So I've got it cleaned off pretty good here now, folks, I think. So I should be able to start taking some, getting this fire thing started. Now, it comes with this one here to use. It has two flat edges onto it. I don't know if you can see that. I was thinking that one edge might be like a knife, but it's not. It's just a flat edge, and you use that for striking. You see that? See the spark coming out of it, right? It's just a flint right here. This is the flint rod, and then the striker, right? So that's all that it has. So I've got to make my own tinder, and for that, I have some cotton swabs, some cotton balls here. Okay, 100% cotton. I have my petroleum gel there. I've got, like I said, an old piece of very, very dry Douglas fir wood that I'm going to use my knife to shave off some shavings from. And I also have some very fine sawdust there. So I'm going to make some tinder with that. We're going to put it in this tinfoil tray here. I have a squirter bottle here with some water in, just in case this gets out of hand. Pieces of cotton that I've got there. These are like, I think, makeup cotton swabs or whatever they are. Okay, they're like little pads. So I'm going to tear these apart. You can see it's 100% cotton inside, and I'm going to dip it in the petroleum gel. And I'm going to put that, like I said, in the center of my pan. I'm going to put in some of the sawdust along with it, and I'm going to shave off some very, very fine pieces of shavings from this piece of dry wood here to make my kindling or tinder. Okay, I think 2 should be enough. Okay, I'll get 2 on the go here. Now, hold on this petroleum gel, and as you can see, it's just a petroleum gel. You're probably all familiar with the brand Vaseline, right? That's all that is. Okay, so I'm just going to get some of this petroleum gel on these cotton swabs here. Just get some. Okay, and just okay. So I think I got a fair bit there now. Okay, I'm going to take some of this sawdust here now. Okay, I've got to lay it up there on the pan. Okay, there's some short pieces of old sticks in here too. So I'm just going to take some of that and poke that in there. Now guys, like I said before, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Never ever done this. So I'm hoping it's going to work. Okay, making my own tinder. I've got some cotton balls and some petroleum gel. I've got some very, very fine sawdust here. Okay, there you go. I think that's enough. I'm just running down the length of this old piece of wood I got here now, and I'm making some shavings, some very fine shavings. Okay, making my own tinder, my own kindling. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Some of it's going down on the floor, but I think I'm getting some there. You can see right now I got a bit of a little pile there. Okay. Now this is going to be a dedication too, you know. So we've talked about that in our prequel video last night, that this would be a dedication for. I'm going to try and make all of my Fire Up Fridays a dedication. Okay, so I got a nice little pile there now. Okay. As you can see, there's a bit of a pile going on there to the left of the screen. Okay, now I think I'm going to go with that now. I'm just going to take this now, these shavings here, and I'm going to put them in on top of my 2 cotton swabs there with the petroleum gel and the sawdust. I got a little bit more here, so clean that up, Mr. Gary. Okay, so I've got it all set there in the center of this large foil pan. I've got my water there, as I said, in this sprayer bottle, just in case it gets out of hand. Here's my woods piece of flint, okay, and I'm going to use my hunting knife, okay, and I'm going to strike the flint slow and steady in several of the videos, not very fast. Take your time so you get lots of sparks, and let's see what happens. And it needs to be pointed toward the tinder or kindling. Okay, I'm getting lots of sparks. Okay, probably needs the magnesium, hey? It doesn't have any of the magnesium. It's just a fire starter piece of flint and my knife. No magnesium shavings in here. It's just some wood shavings, some cotton swabs, and some shavings and some sawdust. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just look at that. I actually got it started. Okay, if you see, okay, one of the sparks started. Okay, a nice little fire going there. What do you think of that? I'm impressed. This is my first time using a fire starter. Okay, so there you go. My first fire using a fire starter. I used the Woods one. Okay, so here we go. The next one I'm going to try is I'm going to try this Coleman one. Okay, this one actually does have a the magnesium strip on one side, and then the fire starter on the fire striker on the other side. So we'll do that one afterward. Look, so that worked out. Very impressed. It's contained in this tin foil tray too, and like I said, I have my water there at the ready. So excited. It worked for me. So it pays to watch YouTube videos, folks. So you guys who made these videos that I watched last night, and Miss Betty and I actually sat down on our couch in our living room last night and watched 4 or 5 of these YouTube videos using similar fire starter kits, so that I would be prepared and knowledgeable this morning to try my own. So it did work out. So there you go. Our first fire using the Woods brand fire starter kit. And like I said, it's just a piece of flint and a piece of steel. It worked out quite well. Our little fire is dying down. I'm going to wait until I try the Coleman one before I do the dedication. And of course, this is the dedication, so make sure you stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, folks, very similar setup I got going on here now. In this other tinfoil pan tray, I've got 2 more cotton balls or swabs. Okay, I got some petroleum gel put on them and laid in this pan. I've put on some sawdust already that I collected from my miter saw, so that's there ready to go. I've shaved off some more kindling, some more shavings, as you can see right here. I'm going to put them in on top here now, okay, like I did with the other one. Okay, the only difference with this Coleman one, and there you can see the Coleman one right there, okay? It says actually Coleman onto it. The only difference with this one is that this actual piece here is magnesium, and you just strike the edge of it, okay? And you can get some magnesium shavings to go in on top of this pawl as well. And then the striker is on the other side. There's the striker, it's glued in. So it's in this track on the opposite side from where you peel off the magnesium. Okay, so then you just use your knife or this piece here that came with it. Like I said, it looks sort of like an axle blade. It's got teeth on one side for striking, for peeling, I guess. Okay, but it is quite short and hard to handle, and you could easily cut yourself with the sharp teeth. It might need to be, the hand of it could be wrapped in something to save you from getting cut. So I'm going to use my knife like I did the last time. Okay, so there's the Woods. It did perform. It done what it's supposed to do, right? Which is start a fire. It doesn't have the magnesium. It's just a fire starter. It's a piece of steel and flint, and it did its job. So I'm very, very pleased with it. Okay, so I'm going to get started on this Coleman one now, and I'm going to start scraping off some of the magnesium to put in with this tinder. Okay, I've got a sheet of paper here now, white paper, so that you can actually see the filings as they come off. And it says like that, about the size of a quarter is what you need. Okay, so it would take quite a while to do that. Okay, it will probably take about 5 or 10 minutes of recording. So I'm just going to strike some here now. As you can see, I've got a nice little pile of magnesium here now, shaved off the edge, the back edge of this fire starter here by Coleman, and the flint or the striker is on this other side. So I'm not going to use that little axle blade kind of thingy that came with it, because like I said, it looks a bit dangerous, and I just don't want to cut my finger this morning. I'm going to use the back edge of my knife, and I'm going to use that as a striker against this rod right here, this flint rod. And again, it's coated in a lacquer, so I'm going to need to shave that black stuff off in order to get at the silver colored flint inside. And I'm going to use also my knife. Okay, I'm going to use the blade of my knife and to pick up that shaving, and I'm going to carefully put it in among my tinder that's in this tray right here. Follow me now with my knife. I got some here on here, so I'm just going to take it over. Okay, I'm just going to kind of like put it in there. Come back. Okay, I don't know if you can see me there now. I'm going to try to get some more there on the edge of my blade. I'm going to pour that in there also. It's very, very fine, eh? Almost like a salt and pepper kind of thing. In fact, another tip is if it's a windy day, you would need to do this somewhere where the wind wouldn't blow this stuff all over the place. Okay, so here's the last bit. I'm going to put that in there also. Now, I think I got it all set up here. Okay, there you go. You can see the magnesium in among the shavings. Okay, let's go ahead now and start striking the flint on this side of the fire starter. And as I said, I've got my filings in here now, my magnesium filings. I got my cotton balls with petroleum gel. I got some shavings in here. I've got some sawdust from my miter saw there. So all ready now to put some sparks on this to see if it will ignite. Okay, look, on the second try, it started right away. Oh, right away on the second spark from this one. Wow, so that magnesium stuff really works, eh? Nice fire going here now. Okay, on the second strike on this fire stick here, this fire starter, it ignited. Wow, that's awesome. And it took me forever on the other one because I didn't have the magnesium with the woods one, right? So that magnesium makes a big difference. Now, the cotton balls with petroleum gel makes a big difference too because it makes the fire last a little bit longer. I said also that when I got this fire going, I was going to tell you who I'm dedicating this fire to. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribers, followers to GBL, the Old Church 5-Acre Homestead, I'm dedicating this fire to all of my students. I have been teaching now for 32 years, and I have taught a lot of students over those 32 years. I'm going to teach for this year and one more, so I will have taught school for 33 years before I retire next year. And as I said, I've taught a lot of students, and I'm dedicating this fire to all of the students that I have taught throughout my teaching career. Here's our Fire Up Friday, folks. I'm quite impressed. I'm very impressed. It was a success. This is our 4th Fired Up Friday, but this is the first time ever in my life, you know, I'm 55 years old now, never ever used these fire starter things. Never had a need to use them. And I'm quite impressed. My first time using them is a success. The woods took a little longer to get started, but that was because it was just a piece of flint and a piece of steel, right? So there was no fire starter to ignite other than the petroleum gel, the sawdust, and the shavings. But when I used the magnesium with the Coleman and I gathered up the magnesium foils and put it on top, second strike, and the fire started. Wow, awesome. My 4th Fired Up Friday, a success and a dedication to all my students that I have taught in my 32 years so far, and one more year to go before I retire. Fired Up Friday, folks. Thanks so very, very much for watching. And as the fire dies down here now, I want to say again, thank you for all of the support to our YouTube channel. Miss Betty and I started this YouTube channel about a year ago now. GBL, the Old Church 5-Acre Homestead. Thanks so very, very much for watching. And join us and show up for our next Fired Up Friday.